video is going to be about how to buy a property in Panama. There are two big classes of property in Panama. One is called titled, and the other one is right of possession, ROP. So ROPs we're not going to deal with, but I'll explain what this is anyway. The government used to give away some land and properties back in the days, and people just took possession of it without any records or titles to the property. So it's a legal nightmare to deal with it because there is no legal record or title for the right of property type of possession. People just squatted on it and took possession of it, kind of that. Plus, the banks do not finance ROP properties. So we'll stick to title properties. Title properties is pretty much the vast majority of properties and anything decent that you want to buy in Panama. With recent changes to the immigration policies, the friendly nations visa and such, it used to require just a business affiliation to Panama to start the permanent residency process for First Nations, friendly nations rather. Now they changed it to buy a property worth of $250,000 and up, which is really easy to do because all the properties that are worth something that are worth looking at are going to be $3, $4, $500,000 and up in price. So you'll see two types of properties besides titled and ROPs. One are shacks, the Panamanian properties that are far away from American standard or European standards, and the normal properties like high rises and proper buildings, detached homes and such, that will be in the price range of $300,000 and up. Normally in the good areas, $500,000 and up kind of properties. How to locate them? So there is a Craigslist Panama, but it's rarely used. And then there is this Encuentra 20 property. There is a website like this, Encuentra 24. It's like a Craigslist or MLS for listings of properties, cars, and other things to sell, small and large. There is no unified way like MLS.com or Realtor.com like in North America, Canada, and the United States where all the properties are listed. Properties are listed in multiple ways, but the biggest place to go to is Encuentra 24. There are different real estate listings, there are private listings. So this is how the site looks like. It covers a bunch of countries. We select Panama for the sake of this video. Language could be changed to English as well if your Spanish is not very good. And we can take a look at what is offered there real quick, if it loads. So scroll down immediately. Well, first of all, there's car, there are properties, jobs, electronics, so on and so forth. So you can see that decent properties are worth $300,000 and up realistically. So some are close to $1 million in good areas. There's land for sale. There are rentals as well. There are sales. So coming back to, so that's a place to locate the property. Now, how you can buy it. First of all, I strongly suggest to get a realtor, a real estate agent, not an individual, but working for an agency, because individual realtors may have no license and they may increase the price of the property that is for sale in agreement with the seller to get the difference. Pocket the difference. The real estate agencies, on the other hand, are licensed and they get a commission like the usual way is done in North America, in the United States and Canada, which is a percentage of the sale. So they don't necessarily artificially drive the sale price up. They have some sense of ethics. So there is that. Now, in terms of financing, so the financing is a difficult issue. The easiest way to finance is to buy it with cash, with your own money, meaning if you have properties in Canada, US, and elsewhere, you can sell them and free up the cash this way to buy a property in Panama. That's one way. Another easy way to do it is to tap into the equity in your existing property in US and Canada and refinance the property if the value of your asset has gone up. That's the easiest way. Now, the hard way to finance the property in Panama is to go directly to the Panamanian banks. Here's the list of them in here, and I put all the websites in the description to this video as well. So it's a difficult way to do it because normally the rates are very high. It's going to be in tune of 6 or 7% a year as per 2021 rates. The down payment is going to be really large. It's going to be 20, 30, 40. Some banks require 50% down payment, and most likely they will only finance you if you have a cedula. Cedula, the local Panamanian ID, meaning it proves that you are a local resident. Another caveat is the income. If income comes from abroad, meaning not from Panama, you will have to jump through many, and I mean many, hoops to prove that your income exists. You will have to pull your own credit history on yourself, provide bank statements for the past 6 months, provide last 2 years notice of assessment or tax returns, Equifax or TransUnion, full credit report on yourself, letter from your employer, and so on and so forth. So it's quite extensive. And not all the banks will deal with you. So here's a list of banks. Let's go through them. I'll pinpoint the ones that are major banks and may consider financing. Again, as a foreigner, it's a no-go, meaning no cedula, no permanent residency. But if you have a cedula, permanent residence, ideally, they would like to see Panamanian income in your credit history in Panama. If not, they may work with your foreign income, but it is a lengthy process. It takes several months, 2, 3, 4 months at times, for the bank to review and come to a decision, and it will take you months to several weeks at least to prepare all the paperwork for them. I'm not joking or exaggerating. So, back International Bank, that works. I'll just go through the list. Banco General is the government bank. Banesco, Banismo stopped lending since COVID. Global Bank, Multibank. Scotiabank stopped financing since COVID. What else is out there? That's it. So these are the banks that I mentioned that you may apply to. Again, some knowledge of Spanish is required because without it, you will not get anywhere. Nobody speaks English there. Also, do not expect a quick response to your online inquiry or email inquiry. It may take weeks before they get to you. So the best way to do is to call a bank or get WhatsApp them. Or get in the branch and get things started there. Another financing solution for the property is builders financing or owners financing. Some of the sellers, especially if it's a construction or development company, are willing to finance the deal. The terms are going to be draconian. The interest rate may be very, very, very high, and you must pay it off within 5 years or a couple of years. So the monthly payments will be huge. So there's that. Now coming back to some good real estate agencies, there are a couple. There's Casa Solutions that I dealt with personally, and then there is Panama Real Estate that I can recommend. They know what they're doing. They're licensed. If you find others, feel free to. There's Remax as well in Panama, so feel free to engage any of those. But I stress the importance of engaging the agency versus the independent, because agencies are full licensed and they're responsible for what they do. As the independents, today they're here, tomorrow they're not. Where are you going to find them? And definitely use the lawyer to do the deal. It may take several years to sell the property. in Panama. The properties do not sell very quick, but it will take really a couple of days to buy it. So the transactions and the flow for the real estate purchase sale process is a little bit different from North America, and I strongly suggest to engage a lawyer. It's inexpensive to do, but worthwhile. Any lawyer in Panama, there is no specialty. If there is a law firm, most likely they will deal 9 out of 10 in real estate transactions as well. So don't specifically look for a real estate lawyer, just any lawyer will do. 9 out of 10 of them will take care of that process. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments to the video. We'll be happy to answer. I regularly review them. Thank you.